But
Where's
I'm here
Cooper at?
to inform you of that, request your authority. I'm sorry, Mr. Commissioner.
Where
White.
Cooper at? Something this important, he should have been here.
I did not frankly think to invite him. The board directed myself and
Can
Mr.
we?
Morone to handle this issue, and so I have been handling it on your behalf. I have
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
not
you
included
right.
him for that reason.
Okay.
Now, if the board's instructions to me are to include him, then, I'll do that. But right now, your instructions are limited to myself and Mr.
Well,
Morone.
Yeah, you're right.
anything, any contract or anything like that, we want our county attorney to be involved in looking at that before it comes to us, because they bring us something, we're gonna turn around and turn it over to the county attorney to review for the next 2 weeks or whatever.
I wasn't only reflecting on you, Mike, I just want, I wanna know.
I didn't take it that way,
Something
Commissioner.
that important, he should have.
It is a
Shoulder
change,
blade.
it is a change in what we've been told, but I do have more confidence in TMH vetting these different companies than say for us to vet them, because we don't know anything about medical facilities and I don't want to go back to the fly-by-nighters that we've had in the past. So I do feel comfortable with TMH doing the vetting and checking these different companies out and coming back to us with a recommendation. I kind of like that better than us trying to vet a company, because
Absolutely, I
you know,
understand.
but I understand the board's contention that, we always thought that TMH was gonna be at the top of the pyramid, and now we're learning they're gonna be on one corner of the pyramid instead of at the top of the pyramid. So that is a change of what we've been told. I agree with that also.
That's a big change.
Well, and I have to say, and I'm gonna go out there and jump out there and say it, I'm not gonna support a month-to-month extension with TMH. They've had 60 days, and you just started talking to the attorney, last week? So, I'm concerned about that, so, anyway, I don't know what to do, because this puts a different spin on things in my way of thinking. If TMH is not willing to be the partner to Franklin County, and Alliant or whoever else comes in here be the partner, it kind of concerns me now, so, concerns me deeply, so.
Well, we gotta do something. I'm gonna make a motion, we extend that, we got to extend something. Who gonna be over it if they don't?
Well, if you're not careful, you'll be back the way we were last time you canceled the TMH extension. Is the CEO out there works for TMH, he doesn't work for us, so when you cancel that agreement, then there's nobody out there running the hospital.
Well, he's
That's
not,
that's what we're gonna end up with. So,
I'm gonna make a motion that we extend it once a month, even though he ain't running it. He ain't doing nothing.
And does that also, your motion also include authority for myself and Mr. Morone to engage in discussions with the
Yeah.
third?
Keep it, yeah, like the same deal once a month.
we have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Lockley. Do we have a second?
A second.
Second by Commissioner Jones. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I oppose.
Motion carries.
Commissioners, just for clarity of the record, I am going to deliver to the clerk now the two communications I sent to the city of Apalachicola as you directed me to. One was communication concerning the pickup of yard debris, and the second was the communication regarding the cutting of your roads. And I don't have anything else on my plate that can't wait till next meeting. It's been a long morning.
Was that for City of Appalachia and City of Carabel, or just
Yes, so
Appalachia?
City of, you're correct, Commissioner Jones. The communication as to the road cutting was to both City of Carabel and City of Apalachicola. The yard trash pickup was only for the City of Apalachicola.
Michael, you got something else?
No, I'm just been here just
That was into your report.
Yes, sir, that's that.
in case you guys have any comments or anything else.
Commissioner comment?
I do have a couple of things I want to mention. Mr. Bob Allen has approached me and said he's going to have somebody on him this paperwork to you, so you'll have it, sir. He's having someone that is supposed to be coming and checking out his permits, his water use and sewage and everything that's going on to guarantee that he's not causing a problem in Indian Creek. And I'm just trying to forward that situation to make sure it's taken care
Pass it on to
of.
the clerk.
because it's definitely not something for me. Also, I want to make known, because I was told by Sheriff Smith, we had had some discussions right after I first got elected about trying to get a substation on St. George Island during the summer months. And it seems like we've worked out a deal collectively between us and him and Centennial Bank on the island, so that we'll be able to do that. I'm told that they've ordered signs for it, different stuff, and we're having that going on. Also, it was in the paper, and I failed to mention it last meeting. I want to give a public recognition to our EMS. If you've seen in the paper a couple of weeks ago, Mr. Steve Kirschenbaum, his wife, was essentially saved or spared by the actions of our county EMS workers. And I want to give them a public commendation for that.
Any other commissioner comment? Public comment? Please come forward, state your name for the record. Keep in mind that we do have a press conference with the congressman.
Mel Kelly, and I do hesitate to take any more time, but this was very important for me to say to you, particularly after listening to your comments about the hospital. So if you will permit me, I will make my comments. I asked Mr. Marone to give you a copy of these. My printer died, so at some point, I hope you will read them again after I go through them quickly. As sometimes happens in a serious illness, it becomes necessary to treat the most urgent symptoms before the real problem is finally investigated and accurately diagnosed. Credible reports verify that is happening here and now. Furthermore, has been the pattern of mostly well-meaning efforts made on behalf of healthcare for the last 25 years in Franklin County. For example, I was assured less than 2 weeks ago the clinics are fully staffed. That was a far cry from reality then, and even more true now. Any good business operator knows that employees are the strength upon which service and customer satisfaction is built. Without fair salaries and minimal benefits offered, staffing revolving door that we see continues to occur. Good, dedicated people, some local, finally walk away when they are so disrespected. Do you know that the clinics have recently been closed to scheduled patients because providers are not available, leaving receptionists trying to reschedule pending clients? Since TMH has been our liaison, but in name only, and wants to run our new hospital, why have they not been contractually charged to provide rotating staff members and fill in providers for the clinic services on an emergency or even regular basis? Do you know that local medical specialists take their procedures and revenues and patients to Sacred Heart Hospital because our hospital offers no real operating room facility? Do you know that local patients walk out without triage or treatment when they learn there is no doctor in the emergency room? Or they leave when seemingly irrelevant to their illness questions, such as, do you use condoms, are asked in the initial extensive paperwork demanded? Do you know that billing is delayed months after services are delivered? One customer I know just received a bill for clinic services provided mid-year 16. Very recently, I was told there is no actual biller working at the Carabel Clinic. Yet you are told the clinics are losing money. How do you really know? When I was this early advocate for the passage of our health care tax, we were promised a much higher level of service and fiscal responsibility. Saturday hours from 8 to 5, the road sign promises for the Carabel Clinic. No such service has been offered for many years, but the sign still promises that to passing travelers and residents. What happened to the assurances made to working people who can't come to appointments Monday through Friday? And if a patient now tries to walk in for help during their own lunch hour, they find the clinic door locked for the staff's convenience. Do you know that the nearly new health department clinic on 5th Street in Carabel sits empty and unused 6 days a week? We have 2 clinic buildings side by side being grossly underused, while the PanCare medical bus comes monthly, parks in the empty clinic parking lot, and provides physicals, exams, primary care, urgent care, and flu shots. Local health care services are being delivered by out-of-town caretakers while you continue to collect health care taxes to pay for services to Franklin County operations. I believe that the current crisis by crisis theme of management, that is the firefighting that one urgent predicament after another, has infected and drained the finances, energies, and good intentions of the county. The needs of patients, staff, and finances for Weems Hospital, outlying health clinics, the ambulance service, minimal emergency care as promised to the voters in the health care tax referendum have all distracted from an accurate diagnosis of our county's overall health care sickness. By trying to treat each urgent and demanding symptom of our illness instead of the real disease affecting us all, Franklin County has failed to acknowledge the vital need for good diagnosis by a trained, experienced specialist. Good health care is not composed of a series of its parts. Rather, providing good health care must be treated as a system of the whole. By currently and historically focusing on the emergency nature of the hospital financial crisis, construction crisis, replacing accounting, bookkeeping software over and over, or by trying to deal with the need for new ambulance, emergency staff shortages, changing utilization of building facilities, temporary delivery attempts at specialized services, and contractual liaisons, I believe our county has allowed the symptoms of our illness to sabotage real and necessary efforts to find genuine overall healing of the Franklin County healthcare body. Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over while expecting different results. I fear that has been the Franklin County approach to one urgent healthcare crisis after another over these last many years. I believe we need a specialist to help diagnose the real systemic illness our healthcare attempts face in our county. A specialist consultant can review all the elements of our disease and best determine the path to real cure. Only then can treatment plans for success be defined and implemented to guide us all to overall good health for the body whole of our county. Thank you. I appreciate your indulgence.
Any other public comment? Please keep your remarks to 3 minutes. Come forward, state your name for the record.
Good morning. Alan Pfeiffer, concerned citizens of Franklin County. I know I'm on the clock, and I hope not to take more than the 3 minutes, but this is probably a hell of a lot more important than anything else we have on our agenda today. Since the last county commission meeting, let's go over what's happened. Dana Whaley has left. The chief financial officer of the hospital has left. The CEO of the hospital has told the county that come March the 7th, if he doesn't have a contract with TMH, he isn't going to work for you. He will not work for the county. He has stated that. The county is losing money every day. We are losing health care in Franklin County. We are losing lives in Franklin County. And on top of everything else, we now find out, after putting all of our belief and all of our trust in TMH, like I told you last month, they are not willing to deal directly with the county. You have just thrown a lifeline to extend the crisis out further to your county attorney to talk to an unknown third party because TMH dropped out this month. You have a body in free fall with a crisis potentially coming March 7th where you don't have a CEO, where is the emergency planning to do something to be ready if that does happen, should TMH not be willing to extend Mr. Cooper's contract? Where is the forethought on what is the best health care outcomes for the citizens of Franklin County at this point? We have so many balls in the air with construction, with personnel, with clinics. I want to echo Mel Kelly's remarks that we need professional guidance. We need an intervention. There is nobody here at this table today, in this room, that is capable of figuring out what's going wrong and how to stop the bleeding. I sent an email to each of the commissioners, and I won't go over that, I won't read it. But I'm passionate in my belief that it is a dereliction of duty to not do something today, now, before you have another dose situation where the hospital is empty and it needs to close unless it gets a massive infusion of money. What if TMH says, sure, we'll extend the contract for the CEO, but you pay us back the $700,000 you owe us right now? Where is the action by this board to address the real and present danger to the citizens of Franklin County? Where's the passion to do something about it? Please answer me.
We've been trying to do something about it. You've been here every meeting we tried to do something about it. So don't tell us we ain't tried to do something about it. We've done everything we know to do.
Are you happy with the results, sir?
William, this is public comment. We're not to address that. Go ahead and finish your 3 minutes.
There's nothing in the rule about public comments that says there can't be discourse between this commission and the people standing up here, and there absolutely has been in the past when you choose to. There are answers, but we haven't hit the right, we're not firing on all cylinders, we're not doing the things that will in fact make a difference. Mel Kelly's suggestion to reach out, we need guidance, is something the county can do and should do at this time. We may need to spend $50,000 to find out the answers, but we're in a crisis. It's not addressed or even recognized. It's not even publicly disclosed when the chief financial officer walks out and goes to a hospital in North Georgia because he says the writing's on the wall. Told me that. Please.
He's the one who lost $1 million and something of our billing program.
You're absolutely right, and we kept him on. Insanity. I don't have anything else to say. It's up to you. You're the only people who can make a difference. What say you, commissioners?
I say you and Mayor Kelly can go back where you come from. That's what I
Thank you
say.
so much. That puts everything in perspective. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Yes. Come forward, state your name for the record, please.
My name is Anna Anthias. I'm from St. George Island. I know you have to go, so I'll make it even easier for you. I just ask you to please respond to my email that I sent you about 2 weeks ago, which is a follow-up to my request for improvement on the beach path on East 7th and East Gorey. I came and spoke to the
Yes, ma'am. I have your email. Actually, I'm working with Fonda about what we can do to get that done.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to
Not
respond,
totally understand.
but that's a couple of parts I got to put together.
Totally understand. I know how much you all have. I happen to be in town
Get
this
the
week.
reference with the handicap and you.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
Yes.
handicapped. It just
I-
needs to be an easier way to walk to the beach.
I
Yes.
forgot, and I will bring it to the board before I move forward with it, but that's a couple of
So
moving
that's-
parts I got to put together.
That's, glad to hear you're working on it. That's all I
I
needed.
understand what you're saying, Michael, but we also got to look at turtle nesting and all this other
Absolutely.
stuff, and making people remove all their stuff off the beach.
Please.
Now we're gonna lay path down the beach.
No, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but
No,
I got to get
We
together.
have to be careful about that. Now, I understand your concerns, ma'am. I did read your email too. Finding a proper way, a proper solution to address your issue. When you go to a beach, it's gonna be tough to walk on the loose sand. I mean, that's not only Apalachicola or Franklin County, that's beaches across the country.
I totally,
So there's certain things we can do, but you have to expect, when you go to a beach, there's gonna be soft sand. And quite frankly, that's the way most people want it, that's probably the way the state wants it, is leaving it in its natural state. Now, when you go to put paths down and doing some other, I mean, we've done the dune walkovers, which gets you across the dunes and down
That's all
to
I'm
the
asking
actual
for.
beach. We have all that in place, not every place in the beach, but we have certain access points to get you there. It's hard to get a wheelchair onto the dune walkover. Now, we can address that. But once you get to the end of the dune walkover, if you're talking about putting paths on the sand, is a whole nother issue.
I am not. I am asking
For a ramp to get you on the dune walkover.
from the street to the end of the existing
I
path.
think that
That's,
can be
that's all.
accommodated. That can be
That's all. And,
I wouldn't move forward unless I bring it to y'all,
I-
I want to make sure. that-
Maybe I misunderstood what I
yeah,
read.
no, yeah, and I didn't mean to take any more time. I know you have to go, so I appreciate the opportunity and the response and the fact that you are looking into
Yeah,
it. So
I think
thank
we
you.
can accommodate that pretty easily.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Any other public comment? Please come forward, state your name for the record. I've already given you 3 minutes, Mr. Kelly. If you would cut this short.
I am only
we're already late.
reacting to the comment that was made that was so out of order, and I object to the fact that my two commissioners could not even stand up for me. Thank you.
Meeting adjourned.